Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel for my 50th review of all time. For my 50th review, I'll be looking into the newest Star Wars film that is the third and final entry into the sequel trilogy. Having seen this twice today, I've been able to justify my thoughts on where I stand with this movie. As this film is a lot to take in and rounds off the Skywalker Saga, this is Kier's Reviews and this is my review of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker marks the end of another era and another trilogy of the Skywalker Saga. This film has been causing a lot of controversy today as the reviews have been very mixed concerning whether you liked the film or not. In my opinion, I loved it and stands as one of my favourite Star Wars films. It's definitely not perfect, but in terms of the enjoyment and the amount of action this film contained, The Rise of Skywalker delivers the most enjoyable film in the franchise. Seeing the cast at their best, having known these characters for 5 years or so, Episode 9 felt more wholesome than any of the other installments because the trio of Rey, Finn and Poe finally get to team up for the whole time for this final adventure. Star Wars Episode 9 is a major improvement upon the major disappointment that was its predecessor, The Last Jedi. This film restored the feeling of watching a Star Wars movie within this controversial trilogy. The Last Jedi really lost its footing with its characters and story arcs, making it one of the worst films in the series, but every plot hole and disappointment that film had to be justified in this follow-up for continuity reasons. J.J. Abrams evidently did his best to justify the disappointment in The Last Jedi by properly answering questions that ponder the fans' minds. Abrams delivers a very satisfying end to the sequel trilogy, as it is as close to the feeling of the originals as the audience will ever get.
I have been every voice you have ever heard inside your head.
A big positive of The Rise of Skywalker is the balance it has between its characters, its plot, and its focus. The backlash the new character of Rose got from The Last Jedi definitely contributed to the reason as to why she was sidelined throughout the majority of this chapter. Talking of sidelining characters, fan favourites along with R2-D2, Princess Leia and at times Chewbacca were also sidelined, but they were there enough to still feel like they were part of the story. The worst treatment, without spoiling anything, was how some of the characters came to their fates, as some were really done in a terrific fashion, but some big ones were done without a second thought, giving no emotion to some of Episode 9's most vital scenes. In my review of Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith yesterday, I stated that I wanted Episode 9 to follow in Episode 3's footsteps in terms of the amount of action and character development and insanely good story arcs. The Rise of Skywalker delivered exactly that. The frequency of the terrifically shot action sequences mixes wonderfully well with the astounding visual effects and the perfect score behind it. The consistency of the quality of this film carries well throughout, even though there were some key moments that were unfortunately delivered in a disappointing manner. This film serves as a perfect homage to the original trilogy, mainly A New Hope, as all of the characters feel like they've been restored to how they were originally created. The banter between Poe Dameron and C-3PO served as the greatest comedy relief as the film progressed. Rey finally felt like she was a scavenger again from her past, which felt like was a proper continuation of her story, and Kylo Ren especially returned to his roots. This is because in The Force Awakens he was a villain to be feared, whereas in The Last Jedi he was conflicted on where he stood in stature. However, this film reassures his place with the First Order and re-establishes the fear that emanated from him at the start of the sequel trilogy.
Drop your weapons!
It's okay that we're here.
It's okay that you're here.
Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker is easily one of the best Star Wars films, restoring each of its characters to their original portrayals. Delivering a satisfying and fitting finale to the Skywalker Saga, The Rise of Skywalker holds the feel of the original trilogy by delivering incredibly well-made action sequences and terrific continuity. This film may cause controversy, but in my opinion, Episode 9 is a wonderful movie. and a really joyous end to the Star Wars saga. So I'm giving this film what I think it deserves, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Are you going to see Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker this weekend? Let me know below whether you're looking forward to it or not. And if you've seen it already, let me know what you thought of it. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to see even more, check out my channel and be sure to have a look at my previous reviews of Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi and Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens. Thank you all so much for your support for my past 50 reviews, because it really does mean a lot. So as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This has been Kier's Reviews, signing off for now.